Good day, guys. I just came out of the movies. Love going to the movies. Haven't been for a while. This is going to be my spoiler-free and spoiler-filled, I'll give you a warning, review of the sequel to The Shining, Doctor Sleep. Now, I gotta say, I actually really enjoyed this film a lot more than I thought I was going to. This film has a lot to compete with to its predecessor, The Shining, but I wouldn't completely compare it to The Shining. I think it's a completely different story. It stars Ewan McGregor as Danny Torrance, who we saw a lot of, obviously, in the original film, The Shining. We also get some scenes from the original film and then some kind of new ones with Wendy, him and his mum after the events of The Shining, and I quite liked this. There was a build up to the main story, which was the creatures that are, I guess, human. It's never really completely revealed as such, but they obviously feed off this shining that is going on through the earth. And I think this could be a good mythology movie if they can make a mythology storyline. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really liked the child actor that played Abra. I thought she was outstanding throughout the film, and it was very slow at the start. Maybe took, I think, close to an hour for the story to actually kick in and the characters to interact. I quite liked how we jumped from city to city quite regularly as well. It just felt really fast paced and I liked it. We had a time jump and things like that as well. But as for the acting, for the most part, I can't fault anything in this film other than the fact that some of the acting in a few scenes gets really dark. But overall, that's my spoiler free. And if you like The Shining and you like a horror film, then I think Doctor Sleep will be your cup of tea. On to the spoilers. So we have this group of people who I spoke about who feed off this shine. There is a dark scene in this film. I would not recommend this film for kids at all. And a kid gets eaten. A kid gets stabbed and stabbed. It was one of the darkest things I think I've ever seen in a film. But the villains were so terrible but likable. Every time these villains were on screen, I really enjoyed it. There was a great little twist to the film where they were kind of going after the villains, and in this moment where maybe one or two or none were expected to die, they all died pretty much, besides Rosie, who was this really cool character played by Rebecca Ferguson, I think that's her name. She was really enticing as a villain. But no, I really like this kind of twist on it. Now, as for the actual Shining itself, do you need to watch The Shining? I would advise watching it, but I physically don't think you had to watch it. It definitely shows old scenes to help you. There is some really cool cameos in here. There's just a great story. I can't believe how much I enjoyed this film. And I don't really like scary movies per se, but I think this is up there with one of the best horror films I've ever seen. I think it really is a scary story. Obviously great villains, great casting, and just a fantastic storyline overall. The last half an hour was just brilliant. When they return to the events of the actual Shining, even when they're using the chalkboard to communicate, there were so many different themes that they could use. And as I said, the mythology of these villains being around for so long, because we got hints that they've been through war and they've been through king times. There obviously hasn't been a king since the 1900s. You've seen God's fall. All this stuff was pretty cool. I really was upset that Danny's mate died. I kind of saw it coming. It was a bit of predictable, but I really liked the character that played Danny's mate. And Ewan McGregor, once he shaved his beard and all that stuff, he looked so unrecognizable. Honestly thought it was a different actor. And I kept seeing Ewan McGregor from Star Wars at the start when he was this bummy kind of guy. I really liked that all the old characters were inside those boxes. There's so much to like. I like Dick. How he got the name Dr. Sleep was pretty cool as well. How he was putting people to sleep. And the cat, I wonder if it kind of hints at animals having the shining, because the cat obviously sat in bed and knew people were going to die. But overall, guys, Dr. Sleep is such a good film. I am honestly so blown away, and I want this to be on DVD now so I can purchase it. That's how good it was. But anyway, I'm going to give Dr. Sleep a 10 out of 10. Honestly, this film was so good, so enjoyable, great story, everything about it. And I love Joker, and this film competes with Joker for me. They're both very different film, and it's a very different film to The Shining as well. But I can't fault it, other than that really dark scene. But just a really enjoyable film and a great horror. Anyway, guys, if you guys have seen Dr. Sleep, leave your review in the comments. If you haven't, definitely go and watch it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.